Okay, let's begin with our session. Hello, Jimmy. Welcome again. I shared a PDF through your chat a few minutes ago, and it's about silent letters. Okay, you have the PDF. So silent letters, practice words and sentence to develop muscle memory and assimilate the sound. Well, Jimmy, pronunciation, as I said before in previous lessons, it is really important. Okay, so now we're going to talk about silent letters. In this list below, you will find some challenging words with silent letters. Remember, Jimmy, that there is not a pattern. You just need to remember and practice. Okay, number one, it says repeat the word at least 20 times. So you need to practice because there aren't any rules. You just need to memorize. You just need to remember the words. That's all. Number two, look for real live examples on Youglish.com. Let me share the link. This is a website that we can listen to native speakers saying words in English, of course. And number three, you have to create your own sentence. Number four, use the word intentionally when speaking. So let's start with this super quickly because I divided this lesson into three parts. Let's start with pronunciation. The first part, it is like I told you that we don't have a rule. But as you can see here, look at this word. Psychology, psychiatrist, psychic. We never pronounce the P. The P? No, we never say ps. Psychology. No, we say psychiatry, psychology. Did you understand?
Psychology, psychiatry.
Psychic, psyche, receipt. For example, as you can see here, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just 6 words where we never pronounce the P sound. There isn't a rule. You just need to remember. You just need to like practice every day. Well, psychology, psychiatrist, of course. And as you can see here, you have the PDS, PS, PS. Oh, it is like a rule, but it's not a real rule. Okay, you inferred this pattern. Did you understand? So the PS, we never pronounce the P. But now when we have the receipt, we never say receipt. No, we never pronounce receipt. No, incorrect. We say receipt. Receipt. Yeah,
receipt.
That's the correct pronunciation. And then we have the coup. That's an interesting word. The coup would be like golpe de estado.
Okay.
We never say coup. No, we never say coup. We say coup.
Coup.
Yes, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, just 6 words with a P. And we don't pronounce the P in this 6 words. Any questions? You just need to remember and practice. Psychology, psychiatry, psyche, receipt, coop, etc. There are just 6 words. Any questions with the P?
No, clear.
That's great. Then we have the B. B, here we have more words and they are more common. Of course, they are more common. Look at this word. We have lem, climb, bum, cram. This is another word that people like mispronounce. They say plumber. No, in English, we never say plumber. We say plumber. Plumber. And as you can see, this is another pattern. Look at this. MB, 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 MB. So when you have the MB, you never pronounce the B. Did you understand?
Yeah. Lean, climb, bum, gram, plumber.
Plumber, yes. Plumber, count.
That.
And then when we have the BT like this, then we have that. We don't pronounce the B sound here. Doubt.
Out.
Saddle. We never pronounce the B here. We say saddle. Saddle. So there are just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 words. There are just 9 words, Jimmy and Denise. You just need to remember and practice. lamb, climb, bump. And that's all. Any questions? I'm just showing. I am just showing these words. And what you have to do is to practice and remember. Did you understand?
Yeah.
Yes, remember that when you want to say escalar, we say climb instead of saying climb. No, which is incorrect. And we have the end, and we have more words that are not pretty common. Okay, they are not as common as, for example, climb. Like we have like hem, tandem, autumn. For example, we never pronounce the N here. We say autumn, mm, mm. Or in this word, we never say government, no. We say government, government. I never pronounce the N sound here. Carlos, and why? Because we never say that sound in this word, and you just need to remember that part. Did you understand, Jimmy and Denise?
Government.
Government. There, there,
Auto.
there isn't a rule. You just need to practice and remember. Just showing these words, and you're showing this word. And for example, you say soften. Now, we never say soften, we say soften, soften or fasten. No, it's fasten, fasten, often, or like the word, this one, mortgage. Aha. And of course, as I said before, do you remember that we have French words in our English dictionary? Yes, you need to practice that. Ballet, bouquet,
Buffet.
buffet. Well, that's a difficult word, of course. And we never pronounce, and there isn't a rule. You just need to practice and remember that one. We have buffet, of course. Then we have with the S. Then we have Dubré and bourgeois. Ah, la burguesía, of course. In Spanish, I think, or I'm pretty sure that you don't use the word burguesía. Do you use it? Do you usually use that word?
Yes.
Yeah. From time to time, but not every day. Yeah, in English is the same. You know, you don't use that word whenever you want. When you need it. But
What
it's
is the pronounce? Bourgeois?
bourgeois.
Bourgeois.
Yeah, this one, because we don't pronounce the S. And as I said before, you can copy the word. You can copy the word and then you go to Googlish because I shared the website.
Okay. It sounds like French.
Yeah, it is like the word. Let me show you. You can paste. You have the word. The web page is Googlish. Googlish. You click on it here, and then you listen to someone speaking. Here.
Differences between the interests of the bourgeois ruling class nationally.
Did you hear it? One more time.
Clearly demonstrated the irreconcilable differences between the interests of the bourgeois ruling class nationally.
Wow.
Bourgeois.
Bourgeois ruling class nationalities. Yeah, so let me share this website. So whenever you need to practice your pronunciation, you can click on this website, click on it, and you can write the word. Like, for example, plumber. People say plumber. No, we never say plumber, we say plumber. Let's listen.
Yeah.
Between taxpayers in very similar circumstances. So just for example, if you take a plumber who makes $60,000 a year, for instance, if
you take a plumber, one more time.
Example, if you take a plumber who
Él dice, if you take a plumber or if you take a plumber. Plumber. So guys, if you're not sure about a word, you can Google it here, okay? And I'm sharing the list because this is the list, okay, with the words that we don't pronounce some sounds. Then we have the L, the yolk, or the salmon, of course, with it, indict. And that's all. Any questions? You can like copy the words and paste it on this website, and then you can practice the sound. Denise and Jimmy, do you have any questions about this part?
No, clear.
Clear. Okay, then there's no question.
Clear.
Crystal clear. So you have the information and you're free to, Carlos, Psychology. Okay, you can practice. So now let's move on to the second part. Let me close this one. I think, okay. Let's start with this challenge. It is like a free challenge. It's difficult, but at the same, you can learn a lot. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. What you have to do is to paraphrase. When you paraphrase, you learn vocabulary, you learn grammar, okay? Let's do this together. For example, it says, we must take as much advantage as possible of any opportunity to speak English. Jesus Christ. We must take as much advantage as possible of any opportunity to speak English. You have to use the word most.
We have. mm,
Remember that in English, what does to take advantage?
yeah. We
of-
have to take the most advantage as possible of
Okay,
any opportunity to speak.
that is one of the possibilities. But first, to take advantage of something, what does it mean? Sacar
Provecho.
sacar provecho de algo. For example, tienes que sacarle provecho a tu tiempo libre. How do you say that expression in English? You need a what?
You need a take
Take
Advantage?
advantage of your free
Something.
or your free time, of course, or you need to take advantage of this opportunity. You need to take advantage of this moment. You need to take advantage, whatever you can take advantage of. Did you understand the first part, take advantage?
Mhm.
Okay. In English language, we have this word. We have, for example, as much as. Do you remember what this
As
word
much as possible.
tanto, right? Tanto. Remember that you can use as much plus a noun. My question is, countable or uncountable noun?
Countable.
Uncountable.
Or as many
Many as
now,
possible.
which is countable. For example, you need to read as many lines as she does. You know why we have here does? Do you know why I said does or not? Do you remember that previous class? Or maybe you want to review. You get it? Let's do this together. Let's do this together. Can you see my whiteboard?
Yeah.
For example, you say, I know how to play soccer. How do you say yo también in English? Me too, or
How do I?
so do I, which is this is the best answer that you can say. Or I do too, right?
I do too.
Why I do too? Because I know how to play soccer. I know to, but you never use I know to because in order to avoid repetition, you use do. Guys, remember, in order to avoid repetition, you use do. Entonces, yo puedo decir, yo sé cómo jugar fútbol. I know how to play soccer. Y digo, yo también sé cómo jugar, yo sé también cómo. Entonces, para no decir, I know how to play soccer, que digo, I do. I do too. You get it? For example, she went to the park. She went to the park. ¿Cómo digo yo también? Me too, or so,
too.
so did
So,
I. Or, ¿cómo podría
I
decir?
did too. I did
I
too.
did too, pretty good. I did too. Y este I did too, ¿de dónde viene de? I went to the park to. You got it right? ¿Se entiende? Did you understand? Amazing. So now, when I'm saying, look at this. Ella puede leer o ella puede correr tantos kilómetros como tú. So you say, she
can run
or she can
as,
run
as many
As much as you
as
do.
many kilometers,
as you
as you, as you what?
Can.
As you can.
can.
As you can, of course. Or you can say, she knows as much information as you
No.
do. Yeah,
Do.
you say no, of course. But in order to avoid repetition, we drop this and we say do. Para evitar sonar repetitivo, we use do. Did you understand?
Yeah. Mhm.
So according to this grammar, we can also use as much as, which means tanto como. For example, you can say, I can run as much as I can. Significa tanto como. Yo puedo correr tanto como she can. She can. Yo puedo correr tanto como ella puede. Pero no será lo mismo decir, I can run as many kilometers as she can. You see what I'm saying? Si voy a poner el sustantivo contable, pongo many. Si no pongo nada, pongo much.
Much.
You understand?
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Yes. So I want to say this. Tengo que tomar tanta ventaja como sea posible. So we say, I have to take as much
Advantage.
advantage. Muy bien, advantage as possible. Take as much advantage as possible of something. ¿Se entiende? Yeah.
Mhm.
Entonces,
But the word it was much? No, must.
yes, ahorita vamos a ver ahorita ese. Look at
I
this.
have the most possibility of
Yeah.
advantage.
In American English, when you make the most of something, es una expresión que tenemos. Cuando tú make the most of something means sacarle, disfrutar tanto como sea posible o usar algo tanto como sea posible. Did you understand? ¿Qué
I
es
make the most.
lo mismo que decir take advantage of? En lugar de decir take advantage of, digo make the most of. For example, you know, I don't have enough time to play with my kids. I don't have enough time to play with my kids, so I need to take advantage of my free time, or I need to make the most of my time. Necesito disfrutar tanto como sea posible de mi tiempo with my family. Did you understand?
Mhm.
This is a nice expression. Look at this one. Jimmy, how can you translate this sentence? Happiness is the ability to make the most of what you have.
Again, please.
Number 3, happiness is the ability to, yeah,
to
how
make
can you translate that one?
La felicidad es la habilidad de hacer lo mejor que puedes tú tener o lo
No.
más que tú tienes.
Recuerda que make the most of something significa usar o disfrutar algo tanto como sea posible.
Ok.
Felicidad es la habilidad de disfrutar algo, disfrutar tanto como sea posible de lo que tienes. ¿Te diste cuenta? Denise, can you translate this sentence? We're only in Paris for a day, so let's make the most of it. You know?
Solo estamos en París por un día, así que saquemos provecho de esto.
Exactly. Saquémosle provecho. You know, let's make the most of it. Any questions about these words, like take advantage of and make the most of something? Yeah.
I just say no, let's take advantage of it.
It's the same. It's the same, but
Let's make
this
the
one
most of.
is more advanced. It's more advanced.
Okay.
Now, this is super easy for you, I think. It says, honestly, I don't mind where we go for our summer holidays. You have to use the word matter.
No matter.
No matter sin importar. What do you think?
Honestly,
It
it doesn't matter where
Honestly, it doesn't matter. Ya la tienes. ¿Qué le falta? Dice, honestly, it doesn't matter me.
where we go.
But
No.
it doesn't matter me.
No,
It
it
doesn't
doesn't matter
matter.
me.
No, te faltó poquito.
Going?
Doesn't matter to me.
To me.
So guys, if you don't want to say it's not important to me, like that it's not important to me, you can say it doesn't matter to me. You see, it's not important to me. It doesn't matter to me. It's the same. Do you understand?
Yeah.
There's no consequence to me.
There is there isn't, it is of no consequence. It isn't of consequence to me.
It isn't no
This is
consequence to me.
the highest, the C2 level. You can also use it doesn't matter what with a WH word, or it doesn't matter that no importa que no vayas. It doesn't matter that you don't go. You see, it matter. It's a nice word. Intermediate students, they don't say matter. They say it's not important to me. But you are in advanced or intermediate, upper intermediate, you can say it doesn't matter to me. Okay, because it's more common in a spoken
I
word.
use I don't care.
I don't care. But I don't care is very rude.
It's
It's
rude.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's rude.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's like in the middle. Next, of course, another that you might know. Could you speak English when you were younger?
When you were younger, are you
Are you able?
Are you be able?
Are you able to speak?
No, were you be able?
Were you able? Because
you able.
remember, guys, be able to do something. I am able to. This is an interesting word. Cope with. Cope with is similar to deal with. Okay, Doki? Deal with, cope with. Any questions? Deal with, lidiar con algo. Deal with, cope with, lidiar. Would she be able to cope with? You can say, it doesn't matter what she is saying. I know how to cope with that situation. No importa lo que ella está diciendo. Yo sé cómo lidiar con esta situación. We need to make the most of this problem. Tenemos que aprovechar este problema. Did you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. These are advanced vocabulary. Wait, this is another that I like the most because if you have a kid, you might hear this word in the class. What's the answer to 16 minus 8? If you what?
If you
Now it is difficult. If you take away from, take away, sustraer, restar. Okay? So remember, if you take 8 away from 16, it's like 16 minus 8. 16 menos 8 puede ser
le quito 8
a 16. This is common. For example, when you buy products at the supermarket, they can say, hey, add up the bills for each month and take this away from the income. You see? Or maybe you can say, please, add up the prices, and take the last product away from the list. Quiere que le quite el último producto de la lista. And you say, hey, do you want to buy this product? No, please take this away from the list. You see? Take this product away from the list or from the receipt, you can say it. Any questions up to this point, Dennis and Jimmy?
Yeah. No.
Take something away from, sustraer, restar. And another that is pretty common is 300 students entered the swimming competition last year.
Swimming competition. 300 students
Were part of the
Part
swimming.
of?
competition last year.
Remember
Huh?
that we use the word participate, but in English we use take part in. Take
Took
part
part
in.
in.
Yes, because it is in the past, but in the present, take part in means participate. Well, I participate in this contest. I don't want to take part in this contest. You see, take part in is a phrasal verb, of course. You have here some examples. Do you have any questions up to this point before we continue with our speaking part? Any questions?
No, took
Yes.
part in.
Remember, we learned make the most of something, take something away from. What else?
Took part in.
Well,
Or take part.
take part in, okay, and be able to. Don't forget those words, okay, and matter to. It doesn't matter to me. And well, I remember last week we were discussing. I know it was difficult for some of my students. I don't know if that grammar was difficult for you, but it was ellipsis, substitution. I don't know if you understood clearly that part because, well, I know that is very difficult. You got that one, Jimmy and Denise?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, so we can start with the quiz maybe that we have here together, and you can complete with me. Let me share it. Okay, focus on this. When you are talking to someone and this person says, well, I've never been to Australia, but I loved, but I go to, I love to, I do, or I loved.
I love to.
Okay, yes, I love to. You know the reason, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's cool. Number 2, please, Denise, read and complete.
If you are not willing to take the risk, I should send dash.
Incorrect. Sam is.
Smiling. Is.
Yes, of course. Yes. And if you are not, yeah, in this case, well, you told me that you don't want to sound like an American, you know, you want to sound like neutral. The last part, can you pronounce sure?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, that's great. Sure. Yeah. Next, Jimmy, please read.
Did they finally find the keys? B. I. Because they didn't call asking for help.
Yes, do you
I.
remember? I know so. I guess so. I'm sure of that.
I'm sure of that because they didn't call asking for help.
Are you sure? It's a, did they finally find the keys? I'm sure
I
of it.
guess so.
I guess so. Guys, remember that you can use I think so, I don't think so, I guess no, I suspect not, I suspect so. Do you remember that grammar, right? This is part of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
In this case, it could be I'm sure of that, but it doesn't make, grammatically it's okay, but it doesn't make sense. No tiene sentido, dice. Finalmente encontraron las llaves. Estoy seguro, porque no llamaron preguntando por ayuda. El otro es,
Okay.
que
Supongo.
sí, supongo que sí. Ah, you see, tiene
I
más
guess.
sentido. Next, Denise, please read.
Did she get hurt? I hope not. I call her later to ask.
I call her later to ask. Yes, Jimmy, you.
I brought cookies. Do you want once?
Once or one?
Once.
Incorrect. Do you want one? Yeah.
Single.
In singular. Next, Denise, you.
We can win this game, but in order to We need to believe in ourselves.
Ourselves. Okay, what is the answer? In order to?
I don't. To do so?
In order to do so.
¿Cómo
Next.
es eso?
Yeah, but you know this. Maybe we can review. ¿Se acuerdan por qué es to so?
But
The
in order to
presentation.
do so. Pero en orden de hacerlo, entonces, no.
Okay, can I explain? I have a presentation here. Just.
Cosa es no para repetir toda la oración, ¿no? Para hacer eso.
But I think I have here. Yeah, but it's kind of complicated, so this is the
Lo que
reason.
no entendí es por qué era is en el mío que me equivoqué.
Okay. Primero veamos, ¿por qué no puede ser is? Por el mismo motivo que el de aquí. ¿Te acuerdas que te digo, I know how to play soccer? Me too. I do. I do too. Okay. Si fui en pasado, when, did. ¿Qué pasa si te digo, I am a teacher? Digo, me too. So am I. Y digo, I am too.
Allá tú.
I am too. Entonces aquí te digo, por ejemplo, she is as smart. She is smart as you are. Okay. La respuesta sería she's as smart as you are. Pero cuando se trabaja con el verbo to be, podemos omitirlo. Okay. She's smart. So, esa es la razón por la que tu respuesta era con is. Vemos el ejemplo. If you are not willing to take the risk, si tú no estás dispuesto a tomar el riesgo, estoy seguro que Sam sí está dispuesto a tomar el riesgo. ¿Te das cuenta? Ese estar dispuesto es con verbo to be. Por esa razón es is. ¿Ok?
¿Qué es?
A ver, veamos aquí con la presentación que tengo. Just give me a second. Veamos el do so. Wait a minute. Can you see my presentation, right? Or not? Nope.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. No, but this is not the presentation. The presentation is different. This is the presentation, substitution and ellipsis. Okay, this is a super review because you made the same mistake here with once and once. Can you see my screen right now? I think so. I think so. You see? I think that you can see my screen. I think so. Guys, in English, we have substitution. With substitution in English grammar, we replace a word previously used another word in a phrase, words such as one, so, or do, in order to avoid repetition. So substitution, we can use one, so, or do. For example, don't you ever read the Times Watson? I often advise you to do so if you want to know something. Then we have this one, and so. I explained this in our previous class. Do you have any question about this one? No? This is okay. Yeah. What about one? You know the reason? One can replace a noun. Let's begin. For example, Jimmy, imagine that I am a seller. You want to buy this blue t-shirt and this red t-shirt. You see, blue and red. And I say, which t-shirt? Instead of saying which t-shirt, I say, which one? You see? And you say, I want to buy the blue t-shirt or I want to buy the blue one.
The blue one.
One replaces the word t-shirt. In order to avoid repetition, you say one or ones in plural. Imagine that I have two blue t-shirts and two red t-shirts. Which ones means which t-shirts do you want? You see, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Now you get it, of course. And you have here, which card do you prefer? I like the red one. I like the red card. I lend you a pen, but this is the only one, the only pen I have. So you can use one-on-ones depending on the situation, a plural noun or a singular noun. You get it? Yes. Now, el do so. El do so. Focus on this part. Do so. Usamos do so en vez de repetir una frase verbal cuando el contexto deja claro de qué estamos hablando. She won in 2012 and she seems like to do so to win again this year. Do so. She won it 2012 and seems likely to win again. To win again, so to do so. En inglés formal o informal podemos decir do it or do that. Mrs. Chen waved as she walked past. She does so or as she does it every morning. You got that one or not? Another example. Podemos reemplazar verbos que describen acciones por do so. Lars doesn't like Facebook, but Emma does. But Emma likes. So I don't want to say Emma likes, I say Emma does. Did you understand or not? Is it crystal clear for you?
Cuando dice Emma, does, es como decir, pero Emma sí.
No, a Emma le gusta. Okay, veamos un ejemplo en vivo. Acá tengo un ejemplo en vivo que había preparado. One second. Ellipsis. I think it is in advance. One second. PowerPoint. Keyword. Yep. I'm afraid it's not here. Just give me a second. Yeah, it's here. Let me share the screen again. This is it. Do so. Look at the first one, Jimmy. My friend asked me to help her move house, and I was happy to help her move house. You know, I am repeating the same expression. So I say to do so. Mi amigo me pidió que le ayude, o mi amiga me pidió que le ayude a mudarse de casa. Yo estaba feliz de ayudarle a mudarse de casa. ¿Te das cuenta que repito mudarse de casa? Ayudar a mudarse de casa. Entonces,
¿Puedes hacerlo? Así, to do so.
a ver, ¿y cómo lo traducirías? Le preguntas. Mi amiga me pidió que le ayudase a mudarse de casa y estaba feliz de hacer eso. ¿Hacer qué cosa? Ayudarle a mudarse de casa. Tú también puedes decir to do it. En lugar de poner so, de manera informal dirías to do it. De hacerlo. ¿Pero hacerlo qué cosa? Ayudarle a casa. ¿Ok? Por ejemplo, tú dices algo como, me dices
¿Es
cuando...
informal to say to do that?
También es informal to do that. Look at this. I want to play soccer. Yo quiero jugar fútbol. ¿Qué me dirías? I want to do
So.
Do so. I want to do so. ¿Qué cosa? I want to play soccer. Because in order to avoid repetition in spoken English, we use this grammar, el do so or el do it. Okay? Questions? Let's analyze more examples. Look at this. My friend asked me to help her move her, and I was happy. So this is the answer. Do replaces a previous verb phrase instead of repeating the same verb. Simply use do so. In this example, the verb phrase that is replaced by do so is help her move house. Next example, the boss has agreed to raise my salary. He will do so. He will do what? He will raise my salary or not. Mira, digo, mi jefe ha acordado incrementarme mi salario. Él incrementará mi salario. Se repite, ¿sí o no? Entonces, en lugar de decir, él me incrementará, he will do, he will do it, o he will do that. Él hará eso, pero ¿qué hará? Incrementará mi salario. Para sonar formal, agrego el do so. ¿Se entiende?
Mhm.
Did you understand Jimmy and Denise? Yeah, is that okay for you?
Yeah.
Next example. So, Manchester United have reached the cup final again and will try to retain the cup for the third year in a row. Their chances of doing so are very high. As you can see here, you can also use the rule. You can say their chances of what?
Reach the cup final
Of
again.
retaining the cup for the third year in a row are very high. So you can also use with ing version. Another example, put your hands up, shouted the bank robber. As everyone did so. So as everyone did so means as everybody
Hands up.
handed up in the past or put their hands up in the past. Estamos repitiendo did so in the past. Now, is it crystal clear for you? I think I have more examples here. Remember that this is part of a spoken English.
Yeah.
Look at this. Here we have more examples. He asked me to get out and I did so. Él me pidió que saliera y yo hice eso. ¿Pero qué hiciste, Tessa? En lugar de decir, mira, he asked me to get out and I got out. Él me pidió que saliera y yo salí. En lugar de decir eso, digo, he asked me to get out and I did. ¿Ok? Me salí. Para no repetir. Did you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. For example, yo quiero decir, miren aquí ustedes, aquí van a captar el ejemplo. Mi mamá me dijo que cocine y yo cociné, ¿cierto?
Ajá.
Esto sería, my mom asked me to cook and
Did so.
I cooked, ¿sí o no? Tú dirías, and I cooked. My mom asked me to cook and I cooked. Mi mamá me pidió que cocine y yo cociné. Entonces, en lugar de decir eso, yo digo, and I did so. Y si quiero sonar menos formal, le digo, and I did it. Y lo hice. O, and I did that. O hice eso. Y hice eso. ¿Pero qué cosa hiciste? Ah, cociné. Did you understand Jimmy and Denise? No questions?
No.
Let's continue here with our... Okay, and this is the part of the one and do so. No questions in this part. One, do so. Remember that this is part of spoken English. Shall we continue? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have if so or if not. If you don't want to like have some troubles in this part, you can translate if so, si es de ser así, if not, si no. Por ejemplo, te digo, do you want to be a better at what you do? ¿Quieres ser mejor en lo que haces? If you want to be better at what you do, pay attention. Para no volver a repetir si todo lo que dije anteriormente, digo if so. ¿Se entiende? Do you want to be a better at what you do? If so, si es así, ¿qué cosa? Si es que tú quieres ser el mejor en lo que haces, pay attention. If not, vendría a ser el si no. Any questions?
No.
Do you need an example, Denise? Yeah? Is it okay for
The
you?
first one,
The first one, of course. Look at this.
do you want to be better at what you do? If do?
If you want to improve, so if you want to be the best, si quieres ser el mejor,
If so, no?
if so, you need to train. Dice, si quieres ser el mejor, o lo ponemos en pregunta, ¿no? Do you want to be the best? Te dice, ¿quieres ser el mejor? Si es así, necesitas entrenar. Este if so viene a ser, if you want to be the best, te dice, ¿quieres ser el mejor? Si quieres ser el mejor, necesitas entrenar. Pero para no repetir de nuevo el if you want to be the best, utilizo el if so, que lo puedo traducir como de ser así o si es así. ¿Ok? También en lugar de decir if not, puedo decir if not. El if not es if you don't want to, para el negativo. Si no, you relax. Relájate. Just relax. Did you understand Jimmy and Denise?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is part of substitution. And then we have so and neither. We were discussing about this grammar at the beginning of the lesson. Like, so do I, neither do I, me too. Any questions about this grammar or a review before we continue? No questions?
No.
It's crystal clear. Ellipsis. We were discussing about ellipsis. Ellipsis means to leave out some words. So we have situational ellipsis. Do you remember that we leave out the first initial and stress word in a sentence? For example, I wonder where Joey Haley is these days. I is a function word. And remember that we de-stress function words. In ellipsis, in spoken English, we leave out this sound from the sentence. We call it like Spanish, sujeto tácito. For example, si yo te digo, veamos el siguiente ejemplo. Ayer me encontré con Sara. Me dijo que estaba enferma. ¿Será necesario que diga, ayer me encontré con Sara? Sara me dijo que estaba enferma. ¿Se entendió el mensaje o no?
Yeah, but it's redundant.
Exacto, pero como es redundante, ya no lo pronuncio. Eso se llama elipsis. That is the reason why I have this sentence. I saw Janice in town, said, vi a Janice en el pueblo o en la ciudad. Me dijo que se estaba casando el próximo año. No voy a volver a decir she said. ¿Por qué? Porque al igual que español se sobreentiende, ¿no? Ayer me encontré con María. Me dijo que está enferma. ¿Pero quién te dijo? Ah, María. Ya se sobreentiende. Esto es lo que llamamos ellipsis. In spoken English, we omit just the unstressed words like pronouns or some articles in some questions. For example, en lugar de decirte, are you okay? Te diría, okay. Because ya se entiende. Any questions?
No.
And then we have after and but. Look at the first example. I went to the cinema and then I went to went to dinner. As you can see here, we repeat the same word, went. So you can drop this part and you can say, I went to the cinema and then to dinner. Or example number 2, she ordered a carton of milk, but they only delivered 4. Cuando te digo, ella pidió 8 cajas de leche, pero únicamente le enviaron 4 cajas de leche. No es necesario repetir el cajas de leche, ¿cierto?
Ajá.
Entonces digo, le enviaron 4. Cuando tú consideres que no es necesaria la información porque lo estás repitiendo, no lo digas. ¿Ok? And the last part, we have the adverbial and relative clauses. I explained that when you have a relative pronoun and the verb be, you drop and drop. But when you have a different verb, you write or say the word with ing. Do you need an example of this? If so, I'll do it. Any questions?
So,
I can do it, don't worry. Look at this part, Jimmy. Carlos is the person who is, or let me check here. The students who are in this class are from Peru. Look at this example, Jimmy and Denise. The students who are in this class are from Peru. First, we need to find the relative pronoun. The relative pronoun is who. And then we have the verb be, who are. We use are because we have the student. The student who
are is redundant. The
yes.
students in class are from Peru.
You can drop. So you can say the students in this class are from Peru. Carlos, why? Because you can do this. This is part of the spoken English. Carlos, is there a problem if I say the students who are in this class? There isn't a problem. The problem here is, well, there isn't one, you know? No problem. It's okay. You can say whatever phrase that you want. But remember that this is more common because you speak more fluently. Did you understand?
Yeah.
And then what if I have another word? So you say, people who lives in this area are in danger. In this case, we need to find the relative pronoun, but the problem here is that we don't have the verb be. We have a different verb, and this is not the verb be. This is the verb live. When you have this, you drop this one and you need to write the version ing, living in this area. You got it? So it's more common. Well, people living in this area are in danger. So people who live in this area. Well, I made a mistake here because I added the S, and this is not good. Now it's okay. Any question, guys?
No. Clear, clear.
Okay, that's great. So remember, okay, whenever you can use these rules, and you will sound like more confident in your speaking English. So now we're gonna practice, okay? And let's finish. Let's finish. Did we finish the quiz? I don't think so. But I have one here. Let's finish together. Okay, to test. Jimmy and Denise, we use omission, substitution, or ellipsis when we omit a word or a group of words not to sound repetitive.
Repeat this.
Ellipsis?
Ellipsis.
Congratulations, Denise, ellipsis. Number 2, how would you use ellipsis in, I want to be more responsible, but I can't be more responsible? Letter A, B, or C, guys?
But I can.
Letter?
Can be so?
Letter A.
B?
No, it's letter A. Carlos, why? Look at this. Yo quiero ser más responsable, pero no puedo. ¿Pero no puedo qué? No puedo ser más responsable. Ya se repite. No lo menciono, but I can't. Next. What does do replace in the statement? ¿Qué reemplaza el do? You don't know an impolite teacher, but I do. But I do means I know, or I know an impolite teacher. Or impolite teacher.
I know I'm impolite. ¿La B?
Letter B, that's great, but I know, but I do. What does if not replace in the statement? Is being careless cool? If not, pay attention. What does if not means?
B?
Are you sure? If not means like being careless isn't cool. Or
Being careless is cool, sí.
yes, letter, no, it's letter
Okay.
A, guys. Miren aquí.
If not, okay, it's not.
Y ser descuidado no es genial, presta atención.
Yeah, it's not.
What answer would you give to, I don't like lazy people. I also don't like them, neither do I, or I don't like them too.
Neither do I.
Neither do I. ¿Y cómo respondería con el either?
I don't either.
I don't either, yes. Recuerden que estas dos respuestas son las más naturales posibles. ¿Ok? El neither do I and el I don't either. Did I click on that one? Oh, no, I did. Now I did. ¿Te diste cuenta que digo I did en lugar de now I clicked? Next, how would you use ellipsis? Mario could teach a class or he could write his thesis.
How could you use or no?
¿La B?
Mario could do so.
No.
Dirías, Mario could teach the class or Mario could do so. Tú dices, Mario podría enseñar la clase o Mario podría hacer eso. Pero estoy diciendo dos cosas distintas.
All right, the C. All right.
Mario, the class. Ajá, a ver. Perfecto, Jimmy. Perfecto, es letter C. Denise, ¿sabes por qué es la letra C?
Yes.
And
Because
yes,
the
remember
pronoun
we
is
say,
the same.
of course, yeah. We use when we replace a word or a group of words with another word, not as repetitive.
Substitution.
Substitution, no existe replacement. What does do so replace in the statement? Mom wants me to be modest, but I can't do so.
Has to be
Be modest.
Be
modest.
modest.
Be modest.
Yes, ahora analicemos el ejercicio donde Denise se equivocó. El de aquí creo que fue, ¿cierto? Denise, ¿crees que estará correcto decir I want to be more responsible, but I can't be so? What do you think? Mira este, I want to be more responsible, but I can't be so. Y ahora mira el que acabamos de marcar ahora. My mom wants me to be modest, but I can't do so. ¿Notas alguna diferencia? No. La diferencia es clara. En el ejemplo de aquí digo, mi mamá quiere que yo sea modesta, pero yo no puedo serlo. So, I can't do so. Pero dice, mi mamá o mamá quiere que yo. Y en el ejercicio que vimos, dice, yo, parte de mí, yo quiero ser más responsable, pero yo. Por eso es que no puede ser la letra B. Okay? Let's continue. Taylor sings beautifully and she plays the guitar really well. Aquí hay dos respuestas correctas. Ellipsis would be?
Okay.
Letter C. Yeah, letter C. Ellipsis. How would you use ellipsis? I should not sleep more, but I want to sleep more.
Well, I want to.
I want to.
I want to.
I want to. Muy bien. Complete the sentence. I'm going to try to be more tolerant. Would make me a better person.
Do so.
Incorrect. Doing so. ¿Por qué doing so, Carlos? Dice, intentaré ser más tolerante. Ser más tolerante me hará una mejor persona. Ese ser más tolerante vendría a ser being more tolerant, ¿sí o no? Being more tolerant. Se repite. Yo no quiero decir be more tolerant y luego digo being more tolerant. Lo cambio por el do. Ese being que está con ing lo pongo con doing. Nada más. ¿Se entiende? ¿Lo repito? ¿Is that okay?
But because start a sentence
Yes.
is with ing.
Exactamente. Tú dices, and I want to be more tolerant. Y luego dices, being more tolerant o being tolerant. Entonces, como ya se repite el tolerant y being tolerant, entonces voy a usar el do. Como ya está con ing, solamente le cambio el doing so. Por eso, nada más, porque ya está como sujeto. If so replaces, ¿a qué reemplaza ese if so? A ver, nos quedan tres. We can do it. If so, dice, ¿quieres ser más generoso?
Sí, if you want to be generous.
Muy bien, Jimmy, well done. Now, I can be loyal and tú también. ¿Cómo diría tú también? Este también está difícil, ¿eh?
So, can you?
A ver. Great job. So can you. Mom says I should be tired, but I don't think you should be tired.
Time here. But I don't think you should be so. No, I don't think. I don't think so.
I
Sí.
don't think so.
A ver,
A ver, analicemos.
I don't
Analicemos.
think you should.
Dice, mi mamá dice que yo debería ser más limpio, pero no creo que tú deberías ser más limpio. En la número 1 dice, mi mamá dice que yo debería ser, pero yo no creo eso, pero no creo que.
Hacerlo tú.
Ajá, acá tendría que ser A o B, ya. Ahora, el should be so, no, porque ya lo mencionó anteriormente. Should be tired, aquí también should be tired, lo omito. Por eso es ahí. Es la A. Y la última, a ver. Is a very clever student if you were asked to use a substitution. Te preguntan, ¿es María inteligente?
I think so.
I think so. ¿Por qué Carlos I think so y por qué no I think she is? Porque ya te enseñé que hay una lista de palabras que trabajan con el so. El think, el believe, el imagine, el suspect, el guess. Entonces tienes que apegarte a eso para sonar. Okay, guys, we're gonna stop here. No nos alcanzó tiempo para abarcar la otra diapositiva. And we're gonna stop here. It was a pleasure to be here with you today. Bye-bye. Ahora les envío su grabación. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.